They had 3 little boys, and they'd been told no by every church they tried. John Reynolds and his partner were running out of hope. They wanted to raise their sons in the Southern Baptist tradition they grew up in, the hymns they knew by heart, the Sunday school lessons, the potlucks after service. But church after church turned them away. Some pastors didn't even respond to their emails, so when they reached out to Towne View Baptist Church in Kennesaw, Georgia, they weren't expecting much. Just another rejection, another door closed in their face. Pastor Jim Conrad read their email, and he had about 5 seconds to decide. He could say what was safe, what was expected, what wouldn't cost him anything. Or he could say what was right. "Your family is welcome here," he told them. He didn't know it would cost him everything. When the congregation found out, 30% walked out. People he'd baptized, married, buried their parents, people he'd spent decades with. They left without saying goodbye. The Southern Baptist Convention gave him a choice: reverse your decision or lose your church. He chose the family with 3 little boys. In February 2021, the SBC kicked them out, severed all ties, told them they were no longer Southern Baptists. Jim Conrad stood in his pulpit that Sunday and preached anyway. Because here's what the SBC didn't understand. Towne View wasn't just a building with a denomination's name on it. It was a community, a family. And families don't abandon each other when it gets hard. 4 years later, Jim Conrad is still their pastor. The church is still standing, still preaching, still baptizing, still welcoming anyone who walks through their doors. And those 3 little boys? They are growing up knowing what it looks like when people choose love over fear. The Reynolds family finally found a church home. Not because someone tolerated them, but because someone saw them as children of God and meant it. Sometimes the church survives when it loses the denomination. Sometimes the gospel is bigger than the institution. And sometimes one pastor saying yes changes everything. Have you ever been told you're not welcome in church? Or have you found a church that chose you when others wouldn't? Tell your story in the comments. Follow for more stories about faith that doesn't abandon people. Share this so someone who's been rejected knows there are churches that will say yes.